And welcome back. Picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where apparently it's now early morning. Before dawn.
Find something to drink.
Our character's worried about finding something to drink. I'm not at all worried about finding something to drink. I'm more worried about what the weather is like outside. Because if the weather's good, we'll go down to the pile of fish and stuff. Oh, this is reasonable weather. I can see where I'm going, at least. Unlike the blizzard where we got lost and missed the fishing hunt multiple times. Oop, that visibility went down. We went from being able to see the hut we're going to not being able to see it. Okay, a blizzard rolled up, but that's fine. We're already most of the way to the hut. We'll be safe from the blizzard in the hut. Okay,
Can't feel my hands.
let's top off the storm lantern. That's the storm lantern topped off. Pick up the jerry can. Actually, don't pick up the jerry cans. We're not going to be cooking this fish. If I was cooking the fish, we'd probably pick up the jerry can, so we could be filling the jerry can. Instead, I've got pre-cooked fish here, which is what we're going to be nibbling on while we fish for more fish. Wait, some fur firewood. It's nice to see. So, Sutherland trade-wise, this is the ongoing trade. As I probably said in the end of the last part, we need 20 kilograms of any raw meat, 20 kilograms of any raw fish, and I've delivered 13 kilograms of water. We need to basically deliver the last 7. And we want to do that so as to prep a Aurora for us to trigger on demand, so we can go running over to Pleasant Valley to do the last of the signal void in Pleasant Valley, to reveal the last investigate the signal. Let me just rest the pry bar here. Cleared the thing. You'll take about 2 hours to boil, so we can go and fish for 2 hours. Hopefully get 1 fish at least. 1 fish. Yep, 1 fish.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
This first fish I've been turning into bait, so we can fish a little bit more efficiently. One fish. Fish, hopefully. 3 fish, okay. We've pulled up 5, so that's basically another 3, so probably got 9 kilograms of fish. Besides what we work apart for bait. Yeah, if I was doing this for lighted fuel, we'd throw one of these on the fire to start cooking it while we start continuing to fish. But because we're actually here specifically to generate raw stuff to drop off at the trader, we're gonna keep cooking, or we're gonna keep fishing. Oh, this wasn't a great 2 hours. Full 2 hours and no fish. Only one. What's a 2 kilogram fish? Oops, I meant to toss the fur in, not the hole in. Nope, another blizzard rolled up. Here we go, there's another 6 kilograms of fish, basically.
I need something to drink. And soon.
Him complaining about needing something to drink when there's a giant pile of water here. We're out of bait.
All this gear is slowing me down.
What is the smallest fish? You're the smallest fish. You're gonna meet into bait. You gave us 3 pieces of bait. We got about an hour before that pot's gonna boil away, so it's been an hour fishing. No, no luck. There we go, that's some decent yield. 2 fish, 2 hours. One of them was a massive 5 kilogrammer. Oops, must have screwed up the timing. The pot boiled over. Okay. There we go. Only 4 kilograms there. And needless to say, we're not going to be delivering any of the fish during a blizzard, so we're going to wait for the blizzard to clear. I'm out of bait again. You know what? We'll just fish for 2 hours. No bait. It'll be fine.
Something's making me feel tired.
Okay. Lightest fish is that one. Too big. Okay, then we'll press the fish.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, and the last piece of fur. Let's cook for... make water for 2 more hours. Oh, I should drink some more water.
I'd lay down right here if I thought I'd ever wake up again.
Oh, because we didn't catch anything, the bait didn't get taken, so let's do another 2-hour fishing cycle. Oops, we catch something.
Looks like a new
Nope,
day is
no luck.
dawning. Too heavy.
We do probably have 2 hours of fuel left in that fire. Let's make use of it. Continuing to fish. Oh, wait, it's windy, but otherwise decent weather out. Let's reduce our weight. We might attempt to make a delivery now. Okay, close enough that we're actually staying warm while we're outside while doing this inventory triage. What don't I need? I don't need all these torches. Take the one in case we have an emergency. We're not going to shoot anything, so we'll leave the arrows behind and the pry bar behind. Knife behind, the bedroll behind, the pots behind. So if we had decent fatigue fatigue, I suppose that would actually be enough to probably carry all of this. Because I'll get completely fatigued. We don't. Like 5 kilograms carrying capacity. Okay. At least move all this outside away from the fire.
Something's gotta go.
Like so. Okay. And then clean the water up enough. Oh, the water doesn't. You can't press the same button, drop water. Can I get the bedroll set up there? Yes. Okay, let's try to recover our fatigue. Shouldn't be all that hard to do. Hopefully the weather is still good in 6 hours. Well, we should probably go on 7 so that we had a little bit of a surplus. Actually, we'll drink coffee and that'll work. Drink one of our coffees. And there we go. So now we've got 20 kilograms of carrying capacity, which is all we actually need from a fish standpoint, fish delivery standpoint. Per trip, I suppose. How much fish do we have here? 40 kilograms of fish. Okay. No. 31 kilograms of fish. We're a little bit heavy, but we can keep moving with this. And we'll just move with this. This will be fine. Next destination, the trade location. And then we'll have a better idea of how much more fish we need. Because I'm basically walking over here with like a cooler full of fish. Looks like a maybe wolf carcass washed ashore by the beach combing.
I could barely walk with this much gear.
If it is, it might be worth harvesting that for the meat. I'm not sure. Because the meat needs to be reasonably fresh, and if it is one from beach coming, it's probably rotten already. Trade box. Raw fish, one goes first. Big lump of fish, big lump of fish, big lump of fish. One of the bigger fish. So, like 210. So that will do it. There we go. The other one goes in the other big fish. Big fish, big fish. Big, big, big. And we need about 9. Oh, and it says I can drop off 2 liters of water while here as well. Okay, now we're light and mobile. So that's that one. That's the human. Okay. There's the corpse. Oh, we got nothing on it. Yeah. And the other one looked like a wolf. Oh, I suppose actually, wolf means it can't be rotten. It can't be like the fish, because otherwise it would have disappeared, right? So we'll need to go back over and grab my stuff if we're gonna cook it. We're gonna harvest it. Because I probably want to start a fire to keep us safe. That one I know is human. That's not a beachcombing one. And we searched that one already. So here's our stuff. Pick up our stuff. There we go. And the bedroll. And our stove burnt out while we were away. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I don't actually see the reason not to try to harvest that wolf. It's not going to be enough, but we're already going to have to start a new fire anyway. Might as well start one out next to the thing. Do I have coal? I got 2 pieces of coal on me. 2 pieces of coal will be enough. Actually, I'll grab 2 more. Grab 3 and just empty that drawer from the moment. I think 1 stick and 1 piece of coal will be enough to harvest the wolf. Well, be enough to be warm while harvesting the wolf. Whether it's enough to harvest the wolf... Actually, it'd probably be enough to harvest the wolf. It probably won't be enough to cook the wolf, but because we're not planning on cooking it, that's perfectly fine. And we did drop off the one that needed to be... fish. So at this point we just need meat, so this can be dropped off. Ravaged wolf rabbits. Okay, fire going.
Turned out pretty well.
1 lump of coal on the fire. Took us a liter, 2 liters of water. Which takes us about 41 minutes. Alright, we'll just harvest everything in one go. Take our water and go. You know, I'm not sure if the meat's going to be good enough, but if it's good enough for us to walk over there, then it's good enough. Also, we can just leave the meat somewhere to cook later.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
And it was only like 1.6
Time to look for shelter.
kilograms of meat anyway, so we're gonna have to still generate more meat. More meat is required. Nope, it's good enough quality. So that lowers it down to just over 7. It sounds like an Aurora started up. Yeah, it sounds like an Aurora started up. Didn't get any, didn't even fat off the wolf carcass. Actually, I suppose having this torch right now, well, preserving the fuel somehow isn't the dumbest idea. It does sound like it was an Aurora, but it doesn't started yet, one way or the other. Needless to say, I'm not going to try running all the way out to Pleasant Valley right now. That's a little bit of a hike. Could get back to fishing. Just go back fishing. Aurora would not stop us from doing that. Yeah, it hasn't completed the transition because we have solid bunnies running around. Wrong weapon. Didn't get to flip to the weapon in time. Yeah, we're gonna do fishing. Fishing is gonna be easier to safely do, even in an Aurora. Oops. Guess the wind blew out that torch. But yeah, we need just slightly over 7 kilograms of fish, so we're gonna probably fish through the Aurora and then drop fish off after the Aurora's done. So, annoyingly, we're down to basically coal to run our fire off of, which is not ideal. Ideal would be using limbs. But I'm not short on fuel. We got plenty of coal, so it's not the efficient thing to be running the stove off of.
Come on.
scarf down some fish. Okay, we got basically 3 hours of fuel in that fire, so let's just fish for 3 hours. See what we pull up. Hour and a half and nothing. Oof. There's a kilogram. We need 7.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
Well, that must have been a big fish. Yeah, that was a big fish. Still need to basically pull up 1 more, I think, to really do what we want. And to be fair, I suppose at this point we're waiting for the Aurora to go by anyway. So it's really worth cooking the surplus fish. Add to the, at this point, surprisingly shrinking fish pile. Okay. Easily another 2 hours in things. Let's try to fish for 2 hours. See if we get lucky.
Something is sapping my energy.
The answer to what's sapping his energy is called just being plain old tired. Okay, so he's a little bit heavy now. That is... that's 9, so we've definitely got the required amount there.
Too heavy to carry.
A little overweight. Probably do want to regain a little bit of fatigue. Let's put the fish outside and stop fishing. I think we have enough fish. In fact, we probably got too much fish, but kind of would prefer there to be too much fish over there than not enough. Then if we get the bedroll set up. And then we want to put enough fuel in here that we can sleep for like 6 hours. Okay, that should be enough for a 6-hour sleep. Because of warmth retention. When you're in a cold area. And then we'll harvest a stick out of a torch, so we've got our emergency stick for starting new fires. Hydrate up. Sleep for 6 hours. That will give us our maximum carrying capacity, so we can move as fast as we can when we're carrying all our stuff. Is midday, so it's arguably later in the day than we really want to complete the trade. So let's bring over all the fish. We'll drop all the fish off. We'll drag the water over as the second pass.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
And then we'll purposefully delay until early morning I think. Partially also get our fatigue back. 'Cause we've got 2 whole zones to cross by the end of the Aurora, or by the end of the Aurora, so we can get into the thing, right? So if we trigger it now, we'd have half a day to get to where we want to be before the Aurora starts, and then we'd have to clear the rest of the distance. Fatigue would be a bit tight with that, I think. If we trigger it early morning, then we got the whole day to basically get all the way to the farmstead in Pleasant Valley. And then we wait for it to go night, and then we can travel from there to get to where we're going. I thought I harvested everything off yeah, I thought I harvested everything off of that carcass. That carcass should be gone. Maybe, Beach come and respawn it. Just so I can sneak over there and check. It's not too much of a detour to check. Beachcombing did change the carcass. It is now very much not a wolf. The poor human does not have anything to loot on him. But he's not a wolf. Okay, here's a drop box. So if we were to drop the biggest one off, that would obviously be overkill. Okay, so we don't need to drop the biggest one off. We drop the rest off, though. That leaves us one short, so we can come by with the last one whenever we're ready. Cool. So I think everything's roughly going to plan. We're just going to postpone until tomorrow morning, triggering the Aurora. So we got time to book it across 2 zones. That's basically the plan. Okay, how much time do you have left in that fire? Hour and 52. Plenty of time to cook this piece of fish. Half an hour on the fish. Break open the hole again. That gives 15 minutes to fish. Catch nothing in the 15, but at least can eat the fish. And we put 0.14 lantern oil in our jerry can. And we got pretty much 2 hours of fishing there for the fire time. So let's make some fish, or try to make some fish.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
And 11 minutes, okay. Oh, almost 5 kilograms of fish, nice. for safety reasons, I can take a light off of that fire. We're not going to take it with us, or we're not going to stick a stick in it to get more torches in it. We're just going to light a existing torch off of it. It'll also keep me safe on the way over to Mistlethorpe. That's probably about right, because we're going to leave some water after we rest. Actually, we still have... Oh, because we fished for like 2 hours. That makes sense. So yeah, we're going to basically recover all of fatigue. That's probably going to leave us early morning, which is maybe not optimal. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take the loading screen, and between this stream and the next stream, I'll decide what we're going to do to pass the time. Because basically we want early morning to drop the last leader off after we know it can't be an Aurora anymore.
To carry.
That, when we hit ready trade, should prime up an Aurora for the following night. And we're going to use that to find the mystery signal in Pleasant Valley. So we're going to try to use the entire day from once we've triggered it to travel over to Pleasant Valley so that when it happens, we can talk to someone on the radio to queue up the next trade. Well, I suppose technically it's not to queue up the next trade, it's to tell him, hey, our trade's ready to pick up. And then we go to the Pleasant Valley location. Which we should be able to do from the farmstead within 1 Aurora, hopefully. But obviously that requires us postponing enough for it to be tomorrow. So what we're going to do for the rest of the day, I'll think of over the part break. So we're going to take this loading screen, so this is going to be the save that saves for the rest of the stream. So if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying. We'll probably get around to recording the next part for you before it is tomorrow for you. So feel free to pop on tomorrow to see if the next part's up. If you're watching Twitch, we record these in 5-part chunks every 5 days. So this is the end of this 5-part chunk, so you have the entire stream behind you that you can rewind and watch if you want to see more. The next stream will be in 5 days, assuming nothing happens that causes a delay in the stream schedule. I do stream every night on like a 5-game rotation, changing games whenever I finish a game. So the Long Dark has been going on for a long time because it's a long game. I suppose it's not going to be saved here, but we can bring up and see how deep we're in. We're 240 days in to a Long Dark run, which didn't take 240 days, but is taking a long amount of time. We probably do about more than 5 days a stream, right? But yeah, every 5 days, we come back around to the same game, assuming we haven't won or, well, lost the game, in the case of Long Dark. So yeah, hope you've been enjoying it. With that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part, or until the next stream. And with that, bye for now.